But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now. The real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't. You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that.
Yes, sir, Mr. George Carlin. The late great. Okay, people. Beautiful day today. About 3 o'clock this morning, ran the dogs. 25 degrees. Warning you. These videos are going to have to be shortened up. Can't do them daily. Might have to go to a weekly schedule. I got stuff to do. Okay. When NASA mooned America. Now you would think your humble messenger after 50 plus videos would have established some credibility with you people. And I merely would need to say in my own words, hey, they never went to the moon. Impossible. Couldn't do it. Can't do it now. 50 years ago and no one's been back. Wonder why that is. They never went. Now, wait a minute. Before you click off this video, I won't expose you to my humble opinions. We're going to go right to the horse's mouth. 4 clips. I'll leave the link to this video below in the pinned comment section. And I have an advantage here because I don't have editing skills. I'm watching these astronauts saying what I'm going to play for you. I'll try to identify him. I missed one guy's name. But you can check it out on the video, and I hope it stimulates you to do further research. So our first clip after the late, great George Carlin is the singing spaceman, Mr. Chris Hadfield, singing in the ISS with the Bare Naked Ladies lead singer. Can't think of his name right now. All right, Chrissy, old boy, what do you got to say, astronaut?
You recycle the oxygen. It's the main crucible test bed where we've been trying to grind out all the lessons that will eventually let us go to the moon,
Wait a minute, Chris. What did you say will eventually let us go to the moon? Did you miss the Apollo 11 through 17 missions of 1969 to 1972? How did you become an astronaut with that attitude, sir? Okay, great computer skills here. Let's go to our next clip, shall we? Right here. And who do we have here? We have Terry Burtz, the International Space Station Commander. 230 miles up, low Earth orbit. Here we go, Terry.
Well, that's a great question. The plan that NASA has is to build a rocket called SLS, which is a heavy lift rocket. It's something that is much bigger than what we have today, and it will be able to launch the Orion capsule with humans on board, as well as landers or other components to destinations beyond Earth orbit. Right now, we only can fly in Earth orbit. That's the...
Wow, what did you say? Right now, we can only fly in Earth orbit? What happened in 1969 to 72? For crying out loud. I gotta turn the volume down a little bit, people. Yep, I gotta get rid of you. Boy, I'm good at this. Good. This is embarrassing, you know that, don't you? Come on. There we go. This computer's old, people. It's giving me fits. Of course, I'm old operating it, so what the hell's the difference? Okay, our final. Nope. Our third clip coming right up. This is a guy I didn't catch his name, but you'll see him in the video. He is Mr. NASA, no doubt about it.
As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the Van Allen belts, an area of dangerous radiation. Radiation like this could harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion. Naturally, we have to pass through this danger zone twice, once up and once back. But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation. Sensors aboard will record radiation levels for scientists to study. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space.
We must solve these problems before we send people through this region of space, the Van Allen belts, outside of low Earth orbit. Didn't you solve this problem? Why don't you just use Apollo technology from the late 1960s? Incredible. Are these astronauts, NOTS astronauts, that poorly educated in public schools? Unbelievable. Everybody knows they did it in 1969 through 72. Must have lost technology. And finally, people, this dude needs no introduction. Former administration head of the Mr. and Mr. Obama administration, the president himself.
This program, we are setting a course with specific and achievable milestones. Early in the next decade, a set of crewed flights will test and prove the systems required for exploration beyond low Earth orbit.
Early in the next decade, they'll finally be able to get beyond low Earth orbit. Man, have you heard it? Horse's mouth. Ex-President of the United States. Now, what have you got to prove that we went to the moon? You got nothing. You just got their word for it. Dave, if this is a conspiracy, you have any idea how many people you'd have to buy off? That's a secret to never get out? No, I haven't a clue. Why don't you throw some numbers out there? 5,000 people? Not enough, huh? Would you have to control 10,000 people at NASA? How about 15, 20,000, 25? You don't have to do it, people. Think back to the early 40s, 1940s, the Manhattan Bomb Project, administered under General Leslie Groves. 128,000 employees, people worked on the atom bomb project. And not a whisper got out. Not the teeniest of secrets. If you've never worked for sensitive government contractors, been in the military with a security clearance, you don't understand compartmentalization. And then you don't understand everything you know is based on your need to know it. You might have the highest clearances, people, but if you don't need to know it, it ain't gonna open no doors for you. Okay, so why on earth would NASA lie? Oh, teacher, I know, call on me, teacher. Yes, little Johnny. To justify their large and bloated budget, they're bilking the taxpayers out of millions of dollars a year, and they have to justify it with their phony projects. Nice try, little Johnny. Wrong answer. When you can create money, any amount of it, you don't have to pony up anything just to generate tax dollars that don't even exist. I know, teacher, I know, teacher, wait a minute. Okay, Susie, what do you think it is? We gotta win the space race with the evil Russians and those evil red Chinese. Nice try, little Susie. But the same people that own the USA own those countries too. There ain't no space race. Just a race to confuse their people better than we're confused in our countries. All right, Dave, you tell us. What possibly is the reason? Simple. To conceal God. To make the Bible, the living Bible, a Bible of no effect. A bunch of BS. It's all in there, people. You ain't leaving this planet. You can't get through the dome. And if you don't know about the dome, why didn't your state preachers teach you about the dome? It ain't gonna happen. You can't leave low Earth orbit. You just had 4 examples of people telling you from the horse's mouth you can't do it. But you'll persist on believing it. Very few of you will look further into the subject. And while you're looking into this subject, people, look into the flat Earth, because the same people lied to you about space have lied to you about what your planet looks like. Think you're living on a spinning ball, 25,000 miles an hour at the equator, going 4 different directions at 4 different speeds? Wow, have I got a bridge to sell you. So I hope you look into it. There's more here than meets the eye. And I can't say my favorite line. We're back to full circle. Everything comes back full circle. We just did a third of the circle. Previous video I told you about the strong delusion. This is one of the foundation blocks you need to know before we can talk about the biblically mandated strong delusion. It's going to suck you up, people, whether you know it or not. Be nice to know it, don't you think? Okay, till next video. And I don't know when that's going to be. I got stuff to do, and the weather is excellent. You got 3 o'clock in the morning, 25 degrees, above zero. Hell. All right, till next video. You guys have a good day.